If I were to help you live your life in this hour, each one of you at a different age and cycle and moment, I would tell you to seek and find your teacher, who is your Holy Christ self and your I Am presence, to translate your love for your twin flame into your love for the Ascended Master of your choosing, to immerse yourself in the world service of that Master, to set a level of how you want to live your life. And by setting your course, you are defining what you want in a mate. And you will wake up one day and find your twin flame at your side. Sometimes I counsel people who say they're alone, they're tired of being alone, they want to get married. And I say, well, you can't just marry anyone because you're alone. What do you want in a man? What do you want in a woman? Describe this person to me. Draw the profile of the Christ qualities that you want to find. You have to decide, are you going to be on the low road, the mediocre road, the high road, the road of excellence? Where are you positioning yourself? What you want in your counterpart, you must become. So someone says, well, I want my wife or my husband to help me on the path. I want somebody I can lean on. I want somebody that's going to supply the strengths where I have weaknesses. Well, those things may be a part of the package because we don't marry unless we have needs, obviously. But the reverse is really the case. You have to supply the strength. You have to give the guidance on the path. You have to expect to be the pillar of fire in that marriage, in that partnership, in that relationship. And what comes back to you from the other person should not be because of a level of expectations, but as a grace and kind of an added something that comes along with it. Your expectations should never be in your mate. They should be in yourself and in your presence. And you know what happens then? You are totally free to give. You don't just give because someone's nice to you. You give because there is this fountain overflowing within you. You can make up for someone else's incompleteness. You can supply the wholeness. You don't have to have hurt feelings or feel sorry for yourself because somebody didn't deal with you the way you were expecting. All of your expectations should be in your God presence and in yourself to bring that presence down. You cannot attract to yourself your twin flame unless you are physically manifesting that Christhood that is the other side of that twin flame. That is the challenge and the course that is set before you. And at that point, when you are your Christ, you are the Christ of your twin flame. That twin flame will be there even if that person is an ascended master or somewhere else in the world. The Holy Christ self of that twin flame will be reinforcing you. Things equal to the same thing are equal to each other. If you embody the minus or the plus, it's just the law of the magnet. There is no separating. The two must be one. So let's get out of the sense of separation or self-pity or apartness. And let's remember there's a world to save. The world you save must be your own, and you're saving it for yourself and your twin flame. But your twin flame may be a child somewhere that does not have good care or good education or is into drugs. Someone caught in a very difficult entanglement, a life and death struggle. The world you save, namely planet Earth, San Francisco, California, is the world that your twin flame may be living in right now. You have an absolute vested interest in saving this planet for your twin flame and for your fiery destiny together. Therefore, I suggest that you become the most charging, fiery disciple of God, of the Lord Christ, the Lord Buddha, or the master of your calling who is ascended. Whatever human teacher you may have, you need to be under the tutelage of an ascended master, because it is in the power of the ascended masters to sponsor you and your twin flame. If you desire that sponsorship, but you have karma, the masters want to see some proof. The constancy, the consistency of the dedication that's not just a flash in the pan, but carries on through thick and thin, that doesn't suddenly get delighted about the path and then cool off in a matter of weeks and take up something else that's interesting. It is the consistency starting now, if you don't have it, or the consistency of lifetimes and this lifetime of being a person who is trustworthy. Are you good for your word? When you tell your friends you will do something, do you do it? When you make a commitment to your children or your spouses or those with whom you are karmically tied, do you carry through all the way? Do you give support when you say you will give support? Do you flit around, or do you stick with a job even when it gets so you don't like it, because you need that job to support people who depend on you? Dependability, trustworthiness, keeping your word, not giving it lightly, having a good self-assessment of what you can and cannot do. All these things count when it comes to your relationship with your I Am Presence, your Ascended Master, and your twin flame. If you don't have a good relationship with yourself, don't expect to have a good relationship with your twin flame just because you are tied at inner levels.